In today's video, we're going to be talking about Lego stores, specifically the Pick-a-Brick wall. If you live near one, then you are well familiar with the back of every single Lego store and how on that back wall there are a number of different bins on that wall and they have individual pieces in them. And you can buy a box, like you can see here. You can buy this box and whatever you can fit inside is what you take home with you. And so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys not only what I got in this box here, but we're also going to talk about the best ways to pack these boxes here and also which pieces you should be looking out for if you're new to custom building. So this box is actually probably the most boring one that I think I've ever unboxed on the channel. There's only two different types of pieces in here, and I didn't have a whole lot of time to go ahead and pack a whole bunch of boxes. Otherwise, I probably would have, and they would have all looked the exact same. And so this one box here has two different types of pieces, and I will open this up and also get the camera closer so you can see how this is packed and what it looks like on the inside. And then I'll tell you guys my thought process behind packing it like this, and then we can go ahead and start to disassemble the box itself, take all the components out. I'll count how many pieces are in it, and we can talk about the value of this, because if you were to buy these pieces individually from Lego's Bricks and Pieces website, or you even went to Bricklink, those are going to be vastly different prices than the $18 US that I paid for this box here. All right, so I don't have a knife on hand already, so I'm just gonna kind of rip this. I don't really keep these boxes. I keep a couple of them from time to time if I have a lot of bulk pieces that I can just throw in here, but for the most part, I recycle these boxes as soon as they are done. And this one, even the tape or the glue on the bottom of this one did not stick very well. I just got unlucky with the box that I chose. So I need to just recycle this one at this point. And so this is the entire box here. Now this thing is actually a brick. I'll put the weight of it on the screen for you and I'll convert it to ounces as well. But this is just full of 1x6 bricks. And so you can take out this entire stack here. And so as you can see, it is 6 bricks tall. So these boxes here have a dimension of 23 studs long, 11 studs wide, and they are 6 bricks tall, which is 18 plates. You can also lay the bricks sideways, which would be 19 bricks on their side or 57 plates. And you could also squeeze 7 layers like this if you were to do it sideways. So I'll talk about that later on in the video, and also how many bricks you can fit in either method, because you can stack them like this, or what I usually do is I actually lay them down like you just saw. And so figured I would try it a little differently today. And so with that being said, let's just go ahead and take these pieces out. I got, as you can see, it is literally just 1x6 bricks in dark gray. They have not had these on the Pick-a-Brick wall in a long time, and I have been running out of them. In fact, I ran out of them a while ago, and so I figured since I saw them, it was time that I at least get one box, and I wanted to see how many I could fit in here. And I managed to fit all of this here, which I've already counted. I've already done the math on it, and it is 240 of these stacks here, because like I said, it was 23 bricks across, and then these are 6 bricks tall, and there were 40 stacks of them in here. So that is pretty awesome to see. I'm very happy with this. These go for 25 cents a piece on Lego's website, or if you were to go based on the average price over the last 6 months on Bricklink, they go for about 22 cents. So they would be about $52 or $53 if you were to buy 240 of these from Bricklink, assuming one seller had them all, and then you'd also have to pay shipping on top of that. Or it would be $60 if you were to buy all of them from Lego. Now, the other thing that I got in this box here was ferns. They did not have the dark green ones, unfortunately, but they did have the green, the regular green. And so I figured I would pick these up since I'm low on them. And personally for me, the few types of things that I'm looking for on the Pick-a-Brick wall is basic brick, just like this, as you can see. 1x6s in neutral colors like dark gray, light gray, white, tan, stuff like that. I'm an absolute sucker for. They have brown and light nougat 1x3 bricks recently. Those I've also picked up as well. I have used those in a build, and I think they work really well. I think brown is a very nice color. The second type of piece that I look for is plate. I usually look for 1x plate, and I am pretty successful depending on the colors that they have, but The colors do vary from store to store and also from time to time as well. So you're not going to see the same pieces on the wall every single time. Now, the third type of piece that I personally look for is foliage. I really enjoy foliage stuff. I'm an absolute sucker for them. If you've seen any one of my unboxing videos, you'll know that almost every single Pick-a-Brick box that I buy has some type of foliage in it. Whether it's these ferns, which by the way go for 17 or 18 cents a piece on LEGO's website. They are pretty expensive, so I'm very happy to get these on the Pick-a-Brick wall. And the other types of foliage include tree leaves and also small flowers and other things like that. So those are the three types of pieces that I look out for personally. In this one haul here, in this one box here today, I had my eyes set on just one piece, which was obviously the dark bluish gray 1x6 bricks, because I hadn't seen them in a while. And I wanted to go ahead and get them before it was too late and they went out of stock. So I knew I had to get at least one box, and I'll probably be going back in the near future to see if they still have them, because if they do, then I am absolutely going to be getting at least one more box to get another couple hundred of them, because I always need more of these regular colored bricks. It is always nice to see, and you can use them for pretty much anything. You can use them to make modular buildings like me. You can use them to make mountains if you're getting grays. You can use them to just build pretty much anything that you would want. And the gray colors are really nice because you could also make castles and spaceships and other things like that without it being too vibrant. Unless that's what you're going for, then in that case, any of the other colors that LEGO has would work perfectly fine as well. But if you want something more muted, more neutral, then the grays and the tans and stuff like that is definitely the way to go. So these pieces here, I can count them for you. I don't know off the top of my head how many ferns are here. I just opened the box. So I'd have to count that, and then we can talk about the value of this based on the Bricklink moving average price and also LEGO's Bricks and Pieces website. And we can compare that to the $18 US that I paid for this. And before the end of the video, we're also going to be talking about the different methods to pack the box as well. So like you saw in the video when we first opened the box earlier on, we had the pieces stacked like this. So I'm going to go ahead and take all of these 240 pieces and stack them lengthwise in here. So like you saw earlier, I'm going to try it like this as opposed to like that. So we're going to try that out, and we'll see if I made the right move stacking them vertically, or if I should have laid them down and done it horizontally. All right, so I've gone ahead and counted all of the ferns here, and I got 74 of them in this box. So not a crazy amount, but I did go ahead and take all of those 240 bricks and stack them in the box lengthwise. Now, since the box is 11 studs wide, like I mentioned, I was only able to fit 19 times 11 on the bottom here, and I did have to stack them vertically because it's 11 studs wide, and if I were to put two 1x6s next to each other, it would be too long for the box itself. You can see this last stud is hanging out there. So that was not ideal. So I went ahead, and this is 209 bricks right here. And then I took another stack of 19 and I laid it on the top. Some stores, it depends on the people working and also just policy, I guess. But some stores are pretty strict about the box closing, and it needs to fully close up like this. Some stores are pretty lenient about it. I'm fairly lucky that most of the time I don't have a problem. So as you saw, the tape was like this. And so the people didn't really care. But for the sake of the video, I can just close this up, and then that is pretty much that. But if you really try and squeeze it, you could fit a 12th row in here, but you would have to remove a couple of bricks just because of how the cardboard bends and stuff like that. So I would probably take out another 2. So then you could get 11 rows of 19, and then a 12th row of 15 that is really bulging out here. And this will still close. So now you have 209, which is the 11 stacks plus that 15. So 224 bricks on the bottom there. And then you can go ahead and just add all of these other bricks in here to get to that 240. Now, I did have the stack like this. So if you're not able to fit that 12th row in there, you could have the stack like this. And then you take the other 3 stacks that I had and put them like that. And then that would leave this tiny little area right here, which would not fit obviously these 74 fern pieces in here. We can also test this with 1x2 bricks, but if you guys want to see that in a video, make sure to subscribe and write a comment down below to let me know that that's something that you want to see. But for the purpose of the video with all the 1x6 bricks here, just because I haven't seen them on the wall in a while and I want to see what the best way to pack it is. So we have 224, like we talked about just a minute ago, with the 12th row being 15. And then we can take all of these and connect them together. Now, sometimes, yeah, so that still closes. So that's all good. And then, so like I said, some stores will not let you have the box bulge out like that. Some stores will. It all depends. And so you either have to get lucky or just kind of make do, I guess you could say. And so kind of dumping all of these in here. This would not really work all that great. I mean, this can probably close, but you'd have to really hold it, I think. So, I mean, granted, my original submission here to the video had the flap hanging out the front. So I guess this is a stalemate here of which one is better with the foliage. But ultimately, I think that this could be a better way, now that I'm actually going through all of this now. I think going through and stacking them lengthwise like this, at least 1x6 bricks, is the way to go. If you're able to bulge out the 12th row right here. If you're not able to do that, then I would probably just recommend stacking them straight up. But if you can stack them like this here and get that 12th row, then I would recommend doing it like this. Because as you can see, I have 240 1x6 bricks in the box now. You can see all of the seams in there with the light hitting it. And then there's this row of 16 here. And then you can add 3 more here. And then you can add columns like how I had them earlier, columns of 4 or even 5 as well. So this is definitely the way to go if you're able to get that 12th row. But if not, then I would do them stacked up like how I had it at the beginning of the video. And so with that, now let's go ahead and talk about the price of the box, which was $18 US, how good of a deal I think that is, and then also comparing that to the value of these two pieces, both on LEGO's website as well as Bricklink. So after going through and looking at LEGO's website as well as Bricklink's, the bricks, like I talked about earlier, go for 25 cents on LEGO's website, and the average price that people have been selling them for the last 6 months has been 22 cents. I'm looking at the new prices for both of these pieces because these pieces are new. If you're buying them from the Pick-a-Brick Wall, you could buy them used, and that would save you money, but I'm comparing the new prices here. I think that's fair. So, like I said, it would be $60 to buy 240 of these 1x6 bricks from LEGO versus the 52 and change that it would be to get it from Bricklink. And then for the ferns here, I got 74 of them, and they go for 17 cents a piece on LEGO's website. And 74 of them times 17 cents a piece was about $12. So you can combine that, and it was about $72, $73 if you were to buy all of this from LEGO. And then from Bricklink, the average price for these was about 14 cents. So 74 of them times 14 cents was around the $10 mark. So it's about $63 and change to get 240 1x6 bricks and 74 of these fern pieces from Bricklink. Now, these are just 2 pieces, obviously, and you would have to go and find probably different sellers that had both of these in the quantity that you wanted. And if you bought multiple different types of pieces, like I often do from the Pick-a-Brick Wall, this was an exception just because of the bricks here. So the options there are extremely limited from Bricklink because you would have to find sellers that have the quantities you want, and then you would have to pay for the shipping on that. And so overall, I think this is a fantastic value for what you get. Assuming the Pick-a-Brick Wall has what you want, this is a fantastic value. Sometimes they don't have what you're looking for, they don't have the colors you want, and so ultimately it's better to just leave empty-handed instead of just buying stuff that you don't really have a use for. There are times where I think pieces are interesting and I'll try and buy them anyways and then have them speak to me, I guess you could say, in a custom build or something like that. But overall, I try and only get the stuff that I know that I could or would use, which is mainly the gray stuff, the foliage, and then also the basic bricks, basic plates, and also the foliage as well. And so with that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this informative or at the very least entertaining, make sure to subscribe for more and also turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss out on any future uploads, like when we go ahead and make this box out of 1x2 bricks to see which way is the better way to stack them, because I know a lot of Lego stores have masonry bricks oftentimes, and most of them are 1x2s or a handful of 1x4s. And so I want to take a bunch of 1x2 bricks and stuff them in this box here and see if stacking them vertically or horizontally, or even this way horizontally as well, would be the best way to pack boxes. So let me know what you guys think of that down in the comments below. But with that, seriously, thank you guys again for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye for now.